The group New Beginning is launching a series of nationwide seminars for the public aimed at raising awareness of the emotional side of personal debt and helping people in financial distress to become more resilient and to cope with their situation. The first seminar takes place tonight in Limerick. Angus Cox reports.
There were several huge interest rate hikes and that got me into trouble. Then when the business went bang, I lost my job, that was it. Couldn't pay the mortgage. We'd been running away from the problem. So I decided to turn around and run towards it. Been trying to get help and support from the bank.
So are you paying your mortgage at all at the moment?
I'm paying them €100 a month.
And that's been agreed with the bank?
They don't agree to it. They want €1,900 a month. They're moving forward to evict us from our home. I've been back and forth in court hearings with them since September. It really is terrifying going into court. We can't heat the house. Well, we heat one room of the house, light a fire, and that's it. We leave those doors open there and try to get a bit of heat throughout the house. Some nights we'd sleep in the living room here with the fire, when it was really cold.
Martin and Veronika Byrne bought their house in Carrickmacross, County Monaghan, near the height of the economic boom in 2006. During the subsequent recession, Martin's family business began to struggle and the couple's financial situation changed dramatically. This has also led to significant mental distress.
I'd suffered bouts of depression, several nervous breakdowns.
First of all, it was hard to deal with Martin's breakdown. I was afraid back then that he would take his life. Just after the business was closed down, when that went wrong, I was just afraid that he'd give up.
The New Beginning nationwide seminar series is aimed at people like Martin and Veronika who are struggling with the emotional impact of debt. Ross Maguire is the joint founder of the organisation.
The seminars will have two sides. On the one hand, people will be given financial and legal advice and steps as to how to deal with the banks. And then we will provide, through a trained psychologist, real concrete ways in which people who are suffering can deal with that.
Psychologist Shane Martin will be addressing the emotional side of the seminars.
What we will be doing in the seminar is teaching people how to mind themselves during the tough times we're in. We'll be focusing on 10 key areas which are linked scientifically to good outcomes through, I suppose, adversity. And we'll be focusing on the whole area of resilience, which is crucial in the current climate. There has never been so much stress around as there is at the moment for an awful lot of ordinary people that find themselves in extraordinary circumstances, and we need to be resilient in these times of challenge.
The Money Advice and Budgeting Service has been helping people deal with financial debt as well as the related stress for more than 20 years. Michael Cullity is its Social Policy and Communications Officer.
Well, every year we are in touch with over 50,000 people, and we would see, half of those, about 25,000 people face to face, and people will come to us with multiple debts, basically, with debts with creditors, with utility companies, with credit unions, with money lenders, you mentioned it. People are usually under considerable pressure when they come to MABS, because really very often it's not just one creditor that is communicating with them by phone and by letter and maybe by solicitor's letter, but there can be a variety of creditors. We've had to train our money advisors not alone to deal with the psychological impact, but the complexity of the problems that the client base now are bringing to the service.
It's also hoped the series will show people who are struggling financially that they're not as isolated as they might think.
This is just the initial phase of it. We will continue to do this throughout the year and expand that. One of the things that people feel when they face financial difficulty is a sense of being alone. And one of the things New Beginning can do in seminars such as this is to show people you're not on your own here. We're in this together, and together we're stronger.
It's great that I see this new initiative with these seminars around the country. I think it's brilliant. It will help people to talk. If you bottle up your emotion and you don't talk to people about it, that's where the problem lays, because the emotion is trapped and it turns inwards and starts to eat you from within.
And Martin has an answer for those who ask why people like him go through this pain.
A lot of people who aren't trained will say to you, sure, it's just a house. It's only bricks and mortar. Let it go, give it back to the bank and walk away. What are you talking about? It's not just a house, it's a home. There's a memory in every corner.
And that was Martin Byrne ending that report from Angus Cox. That first seminar being held by New Beginning. It takes place tonight at the Clarion Hotel in Limerick. The time 7 o'clock. The time now is 12 minutes to 9.
Now, the Prison Officers Association has said it will recommend prison officers go on strike if the government imposes any further pay cuts on them. The association begins its annual conference in Athlone in County Westmeath today, and their president, Stephen Delaney, is on the line. Stephen Delaney, good morning to you.
Good morning, Anya.
Strike is an option, a definite option on the table?